We are in Istanbul, Turkey. I'm excited. This is supposed to be, well, in my mind, one of the best places we're going to. Everything I've seen so far online, it looks amazing. So I have high expectations.
This will be a fun day. Istanbul has been the capital of the Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, and the Ottoman Empire. For thousands of years, the world's most powerful civilizations fought to control this city. And as we drove in, it wasn't hard to see why. Our first stop was Topkapi Palace, the seat of the Ottoman Empire for nearly 4 centuries, and one of the most fascinating places in all of Istanbul. Walking up to the first gate, you quickly realize Topkapi wasn't designed like a European palace. It was built more like a fortified city. These walls protected the Sultan, his family, and the center of Ottoman power for nearly 400 years. Right outside the entrance sits one of the most photographed structures in Istanbul. It looks like a small palace, but it's actually the fountain of Sultan Ahmed III, built in the early 1700s. Travelers, visitors, and palace officials would stop here for drinking water before entering the imperial grounds. Even the fountain itself was designed as a statement of wealth and power. Imagine the people who passed through these gates: sultans, generals, and kings. For a moment, we got to walk in their footsteps. Here's something you might miss if nobody points it out. Above the gate is the Sultan's signature, called a tukra. Once you learn what it looks like, you'll start spotting them all over Istanbul. The first gate is impressive, but it's what comes after that surprises you. Suddenly, the palace opens into this huge green courtyard, and as you walk toward the second gate, you start realizing this wasn't just a palace, it was an entire world behind the walls. The building on the left is Hagia Irene, one of the oldest churches in Istanbul, and one of the few Byzantine churches that was never converted into a mosque.
So we're about to enter the second gate, called the Gate of Insultation. Check this out.
Don't rush through the Gate of Salutation. Look up. Some of the most beautiful details are above your head, and most people walk right past them without noticing. As we entered the palace grounds, the building on the left caught our attention. This is the Imperial Council Chamber, where the Ottoman Empire was run, and if you spot the tower behind it, that's where the Sultan could secretly listen to meetings without anyone knowing.
So whenever you wanted to come meet the Sultan, this is the spot where you would go and hang out with him. Check it out.
As you approach the chamber, take a moment to notice the details. The gold accents, the rich green patterns, the intricate artwork covering the walls. Every inch was designed to communicate power and prestige. Nothing here was accidental. Then you step inside. And right away, your eyes are drawn to that large red seating area where the Sultan would receive guests. This was one of the most important rooms in the empire. Foreign ambassadors, military leaders, and visiting dignitaries would stand right here, hoping to gain an audience. One of the coolest details is what looks like an early sound system built into the room. The architecture was designed so voices could carry clearly throughout the chamber, allowing conversations to be heard without modern technology. For its time, it was incredibly advanced. If you were ever going to meet the Sultan, this is where it happened. Just look at this tree. It feels as old as the history surrounding it. You can't help but wonder how many generations have stood beneath these branches.
Now we're headed to where all the holy relics hung out.
Before entering, women are asked to dress modestly and cover their shoulders. Thankfully, they provide coverings if you need one. And as you can see, Megan was fully embracing the experience. Behind these walls are relics connected to some of the most influential figures in human history. Swords, personal belongings, sacred artifacts, and objects preserved for centuries. Many of these relics come from Islamic tradition, and it was genuinely interesting to learn how figures like Moses, Abraham, Joseph, and John the Baptist are honored here. Whether you're here for faith, history, or curiosity, it's hard not to be drawn to this next relic, what many believe to be the Staff of Moses. Standing here, you're looking at a fragment associated with the Black Stone of Mecca. For Muslims, this is one of the most sacred objects in their faith.
$86 diamond. Alright, this was the Sultan's library. Just chilling. Reading
No
books.
books, though. Nope, no books, he said. No books in here.
And well, I had to take a moment to capture my beautiful wife in such a beautiful place.
Hi, babe.
This was awesome. It's one of my favorite places that we've visited so far. It's pretty peaceful too. I think the Sultan was doing pretty good, but you had to kill your whole family to get that position. That's another thing, because everyone was in line for it. So to take that crown, you had to kill your brothers. All of them, all 20 of them, because you had a bunch of kids with the harem, concubines.
For nearly 1,500 years, Hagia Sophia has stood at the crossroads of history. Built as a church, transformed into a mosque, preserved as a museum, and now a mosque once again. Few places on earth tell the story of civilizations quite like this one. Welcome to Hagia Sophia. Quick travel tip for anyone coming to Hagia Sophia. Wear pants. Yep, I didn't, which led to me buying this lovely little cover-up from a vendor outside. On the bright side, I also got to try a Turkish cola. The drink was refreshing. The outfit, I'll let you be the judge. Back to the tour. This brick ramp is one of the most unique parts of Hagia Sophia. It was built so members of the imperial court, including the emperor, could ride on horseback or be escorted to the upper galleries without climbing stairs. As you walk through it, notice the windows and the ancient brickwork still surrounding you.
No pictures.
Oh, we can't.
Oh.
And then, wow!
Oh, wow.
The moment you step inside, your eyes immediately go up. The ceilings seem to stretch endlessly above you. Pictures don't prepare you for the scale of this place.
This is so big.
One thing to look for is the dome overhead. The windows around its base create an illusion that makes it appear to float. And the giant chandeliers hanging below were designed to bring light down into the space long before electricity existed. One of the most fascinating things about Hagia Sophia is that you can see both its Christian and Islamic history in the same space. Some of the mosaics, including the image of Mary and Jesus, are covered during prayer times out of respect for Islamic traditions. It's a visual reminder of the many chapters this building has lived through. This mosaic stopped me in my tracks. Jesus is seated in the center, with Mary and John the Baptist beside him. Known as the Deesis mosaic, it symbolizes a plea for mercy and redemption. What makes it so remarkable is the emotion in their faces.
This place is so beautiful.
Oh, the food smells so good.
Ooh, you can smell the food.
It smells like a turkey leg.
All the smells up in this area. Smells good. Smells like dinner.
Favorite spot so far.
Now we're going to the, what is this? The Autolift?
I don't know. I don't have my headset on.
The Autolift. This is from
Looks Egyptian.
Egypt. Crazy.
It was actually called the Egyptian Obelisk. This massive monument was originally carved in Egypt over 3,500 years ago during the reign of Pharaoh Thutmose III. Centuries later, it was transported all the way to Constantinople by the Romans. Think about that for a second. Without modern cranes, trucks, or machinery, they moved this giant piece of stone across the Mediterranean and stood it upright right here. If you look closely at the base, you'll see carvings showing how the Romans celebrated bringing it to the city. It's one of the oldest surviving monuments in Istanbul, and a reminder of just how connected the ancient world really was. And this is the Serpent Column. Believe it or not, it's over 2,500 years old and originally stood in Greece. It was created to celebrate a Greek victory over the Persians and was later brought here by Emperor Constantine. Originally, 3 serpent heads sat on top, but unfortunately, they're long gone. As we wrapped up our first day in Istanbul, I couldn't help but feel grateful. Grateful for the opportunity to see these places, grateful for the stories we've learned, and most of all, grateful I get to experience it with my best friend. Being surrounded by places that have stood for hundreds and even thousands of years reminds me how temporary so much of life really is. The things we stress about, chase after, and worry over often fade away. But faith, relationships, and the people we love, those are the things that leave a lasting legacy. So maybe that's the takeaway today. Don't just build a life that looks impressive. Build one that matters. We'll see you in part 2.